What's happening, everybody? Today we're going to talk about the one drop. The one drop is what most people would refer to as a reggae beat. Why is it called the one drop? Well, because usually we're used to playing beats one and three on the drum set, two and four on the snare drum. Well, the one drop flips that around. So we're actually not going to play the bass drum on one, we're going to play it on two and four. Sometimes you can play it on just number three. And we'll talk about that. So obviously this is just the basic. I'm not going to try to incorporate, 60, 70 years of a genre evolution. Reggae got its start, obviously in Jamaica. It was first started as rock steady. I'm sorry, started as ska. Ska then turned into rock steady. Rock steady then turned into reggae, and then all sorts of different variations on that. There was two different music stores and record companies in Jamaica that would blast American rock music, early rock, doo-wop, that kind of stuff through speakers through the entire city blocks and stuff. So that's where a lot of people in Jamaica would hear this music, and then they put their kind of twist to it, which I actually really love, and kind of switch it around. So instead of two and four on the snare drum, you got one and three. So that's kind of the evolution of the one drop. Carlton Barrett was the drummer for the Wailers, which is Bob Marley's group. Is probably the best example to listen to. Some credit him for inventing the one drop. I don't know if that's true, but he's definitely a good example. A more Western, modern example would be Stuart Copeland from the Police, was also very, very good at playing this style. So anyway, here's what the one drop is. So the one drop would be just the basic one drop. You can do a rest on one. The and is being played, so one and. Two on the bass drum, followed by an and. Three, there's nothing, followed by an and then four on the bass drum, followed by an and. So here's your basic one drop. So one and two and three and four and two and three and four and one and there's all different tempos. That sounds good. You can also count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. If you wanted to count it like that, that's okay too. It depends on the song, depends on the tempo. So a variation on that basic one drop would be you can put an I like using the cross stick on beat number 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and what's nice about that is you have the and then when you repeat it, you're skipping the one, and you have this anticipation so that by the time the bass drum hits you on number 2, it just feels pretty cool. You get that resolution to 1. And you could, embellish and do different things. Like I said, I'm not going to go into tons. I mean, we could be here all day. But that's your basic one drop. On a neat side note, there's another kind of reggae style of playing for more driving beats. A good example would be on the Bob Marley tune Exodus, especially the live version from the Babylon Bus album. And what he's doing is instead of playing a one drop, the Carlton Barrett is doing more of a driving quarter note thing. And he's doing some quarter note triplets and broken triplet pieces over here. So. And you could do like that kind of thing. So obviously, there's many different styles, but I think in order to understand where reggae is coming from and to understand the one drop, you have to be able to flip it around and get used to playing the bass drum on the 2 and 4, which can be a little tricky if you're a rock player or even a jazz player and you're used to keeping 2 and 4. So in rock, 2 and 4 is on the snare drum mostly. In jazz, the hi-hat is on 2 and 4 mostly, and in reggae, the bass drum is on 2 and 4 mostly. So hopefully that helps you out. I hope you enjoy the one drop. It's not difficult. but it can be a little tricky if you're not used to that. So I definitely recommend trying it to kind of break out of your rhythmic box, as you will. So there it is, the one drop. Have fun. If you have any problems, questions, you let me know.